Everything Heartland has ever promised its fans may quietly fall apart in season 20, episode 1. And the most shocking part is how calmly it begins. This episode doesn't crash into the story with noise or drama. It creeps in slowly, almost politely, like it doesn't want to scare anyone too soon. At first, it feels familiar, too familiar. The ranch still stands, the routines still exist, the faces we trust are still there. But something feels off in a way that's hard to explain. The kind of feeling you get when a smile lasts a second too long, or when silence settles where conversation should be. Heartland looks the same, but it doesn't feel the same anymore. Season 20, episode 1 opens in a space that should feel safe. Instead, it feels heavy. Not because something terrible has happened yet, but because something might. The episode leans into that discomfort, letting it sit, letting it grow. Characters move through their days as if nothing has changed, but their energy tells a different story. They're careful, hesitant, almost guarded. It's as if everyone knows something important is coming, but no one wants to be the first to say it out loud. What makes this opening so unsettling is what the episode refuses to do. It doesn't rush to fix old problems. It doesn't offer reassurance. Instead, it reminds viewers that the past season left cracks behind, and those cracks are still there. Unspoken decisions, emotional loose ends, promises that were never fully kept. Season 20 doesn't hide from those things. It places them right under the surface and waits. There's a strong sense that time has caught up with everyone. These characters aren't who they were years ago, and the episode doesn't pretend otherwise. Growth is visible, but so is distance. Some relationships feel strained, not broken, just stretched thin by years of compromise and quiet sacrifice. People who once understood each other without words now struggle to connect. And that disconnect hurts more than any argument ever could. The ranch itself feels different too. For years, Heartland has been the symbol of stability, the one thing that never truly failed. But in episode 1, even that certainty feels fragile. Small moments hint that the future of the ranch may not be as secure as it once seemed. Nothing dramatic happens, no announcements, no big confrontations, just subtle signs that something important may be slipping out of reach. What's especially shocking is how normal everything appears on the surface. Responsibilities continue, work gets done, life moves forward. But underneath it all is a quiet tension that refuses to go away. The episode makes it clear that avoiding hard choices has only delayed the inevitable. And now that delay is catching up with everyone. By the end of this first section, one thing becomes impossible to ignore. Season 20, episode 1 is not offering comfort, it's offering a warning. Because when calm feels this heavy, it usually means the storm isn't far away. And when it finally hits, who will Heartland lose first? The tension that quietly settled at the start of season 20, episode 1, doesn't fade. It tightens, slowly, uncomfortably. This is the part of the episode where everything that was pushed aside starts pressing back. Not loudly, not all at once, but enough to make it impossible to ignore anymore. The calm begins to feel like pressure, and every moment carries the sense that one wrong step could change everything. What's striking here is how emotionally distant everyone feels, even when they're standing right next to each other. Conversations happen, but they feel incomplete. Words are chosen carefully, as if honesty might do more damage than silence. Eye contact lingers, then breaks. Decisions are delayed. And the longer things stay unsaid, the heavier they become. This section makes it painfully clear that caring about someone doesn't mean you're still moving in the same direction as them. Season 20, episode 1 leans hard into that emotional gap. People who once relied on each other now hesitate. Trust still exists, but it feels thin, almost fragile. Love is there, but it's mixed with doubt and fear. Fear of change, fear of loss, fear that saying the truth out loud might destroy what little stability remains. So instead, everyone waits, and that waiting becomes its own kind of danger. There's also a growing sense that outside forces aren't going to slow down just because emotions are complicated. Responsibilities demand answers. Choices can't be postponed forever. Life keeps moving, even when people aren't ready. This episode makes it clear that Heartland can't stay in this emotional standstill for long. Something has to give. What makes this section so unsettling is how close everything feels to falling apart without actually doing so. It's not explosive, it's quiet, real. The kind of breakdown that happens when people slowly drift apart without realizing how far they've gone. Viewers can feel it happening, and that's what makes it uncomfortable. There are moments where one honest conversation could change everything, but no one takes that step. Then the episode starts planting bigger questions, not just about relationships, but about the future itself. There's a strong feeling that someone is standing at a crossroads, even if the show never says who. A pause before a decision, a look at the ranch that feels heavier than it should, a moment of hesitation that suggests a life altering choice is close. And once that choice is made, it won't just affect one person, it will ripple through all of Heartland. By the time this section comes to an end, the message is impossible to miss. Season 20, Episode 1 isn't setting up small drama, it's setting up change, the kind that reshapes everything fans thought was safe, the kind that forces people to choose between holding on and letting go. And as the tension tightens and the future feels more uncertain than ever, one question hangs in the air. When the truth finally comes out, will Heartland survive it? Or will this be the moment everything finally breaks?